This is Generation Stadia, giving you that daily dose of everything and anything cloud gaming related, and today we have some Stadia news to go over. We have just two news pieces to go over today, but they're pretty important ones, and we're gonna start with the biggest one of the day, and that's the fact that Ubisoft Plus has now arrived. Sort of. Starting today, some of you may notice that Ubisoft Plus is now available on your Stadia storefront. This is Ubisoft's game subscription service that costs $15 a month for the ultimate versions of all their games as soon as they launch. So if you choose to pay for this subscription, you currently get access to all the Ubisoft games available on Stadia to date. It's important to note that a Stadia Pro subscription is not required to sign up for this either. Now, if you're wondering why I said it's sort of launching on Google Stadia, well, that's because it's more of a rollout, specifically across the US only for now. Much like Luna's Access, Ubisoft Plus on Stadia is being considered a beta. And at the time of this recording, there's still no information for how long this beta period will last and whether or not they plan on expanding country availability anytime soon. As a Canadian, I'm not gonna sit here and lie to you. I'm pretty disappointed to hear that that's the case, but I can't say I'm too surprised. But aside from that, it's great to see a subscription-based service like this appear on Google Stadia. No matter where you stand on whether or not a subscription service like this is good or bad for gaming, it is important to have the option available to the customers who are interested in taking part. Subscription-based gaming is certainly becoming more of a common thing, and I fully expect other publishers to go this route eventually. We have Ubisoft Plus, but there is also EA Access, Microsoft has their Game Pass model, and Luna's whole business model kind of revolves around this same idea. This is exactly why it's important for Stadia also to embrace these sort of subscriptions on their platform, so they give the player the option of how they want to pay. But that's enough of that. Let's move over to the next news story, and this one's pretty important because it revolves around the Cyberpunk 2077 promotion offer that Google had for a free Premier Edition. It was originally scheduled to last through December 17th, but Google has now officially closed the promo due to overwhelming demand. This is really great to hear, and really showcases the type of impact the release of Cyberpunk 2077 has had for Google Stadia and cloud gaming in general. It's been a highly anticipated title ever since it was announced way back in 2013. It's a title that always managed to wow the audience with its great visuals. But by the time it released last week, let's just say it wowed the console audience in a different way. To put it bluntly, the game runs horrible on last-gen hardware, and it's not just me or others online who think so. Sony's now refunding copies of the game for those who choose to want a refund. But let's be honest here, that alone isn't enough to stop the amount of hype this game had, and since the PC version of the game seemed to be very enjoyable, people wanted a way to play it. And that's exactly where Stadia and GeForce Now came in. Cloud gaming proved to be pretty successful at running the game, no matter which option you went with. Either of those experiences were far past what the PS4 and Xbox One offered. And due to the fact that you don't need to commit to buying expensive hardware to game on either of the services, well, it became a huge news story that everyone wanted to pick up. And in Stadia's case, Google's promotion really became a key part of the offering. Not only could you just buy the game outright and start playing immediately, but you would also be given a free controller and Chromecast Ultra to game on your TV. Suddenly, all these news outlets that over the past year have been calling Stadia dead in the water are now praising it for what it can do. Now, this is a topic that I'll be diving more into in its own separate discussion video because I really do have a lot to say about it. But for now, it's great to see that even Google's very own expectations were surpassed here. Funny enough, the release of Cyberpunk 2077 has to be the best piece of marketing that Stadia has gotten since it was revealed. There are plenty of new people out there experiencing what cloud gaming brings to the table, and more than that, there are many new impressions being made that are sure to convince others to give it a try. Things are looking up for Stadia, and more people are starting to be accepting of what cloud gaming is and why it's beneficial. I have little to no doubt that this is just a small glimpse of what's to come further into the future. Either way, that covers the two news topics I wanted to discuss in today's video. If you enjoyed it or found it helpful at all, be sure to hit that like button as it really does help the channel out. And if you're wanting more content like this, be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell as well. Today's end of video message is just going to be reiterating from what I said in yesterday's. This week, I will be posting videos as soon as they're ready to be posted. I will not withhold them to post at a certain time of day. My goal is to provide news in a more timely manner while also being able to provide you multiple videos in one day. This may result in one day of the week not having any videos, but my goal is still to post at least 5 videos a week. It's a bit of an experiment to see how it reflects on the channel, but I did want to give you all the heads up if you're wondering why this video came out the time it did. Other than that, thank you for watching the video, I appreciate the support, and as always, this has been Generation Stadia, giving you that daily dose of everything and anything cloud gaming related. The Gen S community is over 6,500 strong and growing by the day, and until next time, I'll catch you in the clouds.